Is the rugged new G.I. Joe adventure team. At dawn, G.I. Joe heads out across the desert in search of a mysterious missing mummy. Suddenly, an earthquake. No time to lose. Joe must get the mummy out. Can G.I. Joe win his race against time? Find out in The Secret of the Mummy's Tomb, one of the exciting G.I. Joe adventure team sets. G.I. Joe, now with lifelike hair from Hasbro.
So I picked up this reproduction crane set. I'm going to be using it on one of these ATVs. Two of these ATVs I'm just going to clean up and keep in the normal yellow state. And this is a vintage crane. I'm going to keep on one of them. The other one I'm going to put the hooks, which I do have. The third one I'm going to be repainting in a different color, and that's the one that's going to be get the reproduction crane set. You can find these at G.I. Joe at thirdsonbooks.com. I'm not sure if they're 3D printed or what, but they look like pretty good. Bagged up, and it does come with the hook string. And I also got a little adventure team pin. Neat. Now, I did show this in one of my mail call videos. I purchased 3 sets of decals. So once these are all cleaned up, I'll be putting the same decals on all 3 vehicles. Once again, 2 will stay the yellow color, and the third one will be, I'm not sure yet. I like the tan, I like the green, I've seen somebody do orange, so we'll see. So after taking a good hard look at these guys, they're all pretty solid, you know, with the exception of this little bit of warping on the back, a little bit of warping on this one. They're very solid. No real defects in any of them. I mean, Hasbro made these things to last, you know, and they certainly have over the years. But the only missing or cracked piece I saw was on this one right here. See that down in there. So, gonna have to do some patchwork on that one. So I think this is the one I'm gonna be taking apart. And besides, that's the one with the most bow in that plastic. So yeah, I think this is the one I'm gonna be singling out to take apart. These 2 I'm gonna be refurbishing. And now we go to peeling off stickers and cleaning phase. Okay, so I took some advice from Jeff from Skunkworks. He said to cut these out, right? Cut these out, and you just use your knife and go back and forth. Let me tell you, Jeff, I've been going back and forth for almost an hour now, and those things are not budging, man. And without prying and cracking them and taking them out piece by piece and then having to put a new piece of plastic in, I don't know how you did that, man. You must use a Dremel or something, because this knife ain't doing anything to that. So what I ended up doing is just taking out the 3 screws and the rivet, which is in back, which holds the back part together. And with that, you can separate the 2. Now, because I'm painting the bottom half black, I think I'm just going to leave the wheels on and paint them black and keep it all either a flat black or a gloss black. I'm not sure yet, but so for those of you that want the 2-tone half and half, that's all you really need to do. You don't need to detach the wheels, I mean, unless you don't want them black, but you really just take off those 3 screws and then that little rivet in back, and that separates the 2. So I'm going to paint this top half maybe a gray. I'm still debating on that. You know, obviously this piece comes out, and I do have to patch that one little, you can see it better now. It's separated, it's cracked. I'm going to have to put some plastruck in there and glue that in. But really, I'm painting the bottom half all black, and I think I'm just going to leave that and screw that, Jeff. I don't know how you did that, brother, but you got more patience than I do, man. I'm just leaving it. Hey, look at that. They really do float. So after cleaning these guys, you can still see there's a lot of sticker decal residue. So we're gonna have the old Goo Gone, and hopefully that'll take care of it. So it's a beautiful 92-degree day in Virginia Beach today, and these guys are drying out real quick. Okay, so I've taken this one apart, like I said, cleaned it up. I did not do the polish on this yet. I just cleaned it, and right now I'm in the process of filling in this piece right here. So I made a little template of the piece. Let's see. Here's the template of what I need. I'm going to get some plastic, fill it in, and then we're going to use some really fine 320 sandpaper here, sand it all down to give the paint something to stick to. The bottom is going to be this matte finish black. Now I'm going to go with a satin gray on the top. So I don't know how many of you guys use Scratch Doctor on New Finish, but it definitely polished them up. I'm not sure if it really got rid of many scratches, but it's almost like a car wax. You wipe it on and you wipe it off with a clean cloth. Definitely cleaned it up a lot. I mean, it's definitely shinier, definitely brighter, definitely looks newer, but as far as getting rid of all the scratch marks, I'm sure there's something better than this. But just letting you know, this is what I used for the first time, and didn't do a bad job, like I said. But let me know in the comments if you guys use something different than this. Okay, so what I did here to fill that piece, I just took a piece of Plastruck, the thickest one that I had. I'm not sure what the thickness is, but it's pretty solid. It's not the thin stuff. Use some Plastruck weld, and just filled in that gap. I reinforced it with some electrical tape on the other side, but you're not going to see that anyhow. So, and again, this is going to be painted, so I'm not too worried about the color. But yeah, now it's time to again sand it down. I think we're going to go with some either 220 or 320. Just buff it up a little bit, and then see how this looks painted black and gray. Okay, so I've sanded this down as best as I can, just with 220 grit and 320 grit. Knocked the shine off most of it, as you can tell. There's still a little bit left, but I don't think it's really going to matter. Didn't do anything to the inside. I don't plan on painting the inside. I might just hit it with black when I do the bottom. I'm not sure, but probably not. Didn't do anything to the tires. They already looked fairly worn, so I didn't bother sanding those down. Hopefully the paint won't matter there. And again, we're going with the black on this part and the kind of primer gray color on this top part. Stay tuned. Okay, so once again, I'm going with the Coxwell Collectibles sticker decal sheet for the ATV. Now I did clean this. I think I put 2 or 3 coats of the scratch resistant or scratch repair on here, and as you can see, that soft plastic is still shines it up a good bit, but it really doesn't remove much of the scratches, so that's about as good as it's going to get. Okay, so I think this ATV is about ready. I've hit it probably 5 or 6 times now. It's got a good coat of black. Again, we went with the matte black on the bottom, the satin darker gray on top. Did patch that one area. It's not that great, but it covered up the hole and serves its purpose. So I think I'll be reattaching this, putting the decals on, and finishing this project up. Okay, so I just finished building the reproduction crane set from G.I. Joe at thirdsunbooks.com, and it's pretty close to the original, with the exception of the side pieces not being orange, but I'm definitely okay with that because nothing on this new one is orange, so it looks like it's going to be a nice fit once I set that in there. Okay guys, so here you go, all 3 complete, shined up, looking new, decals all nice, and they all fit on really good, I like this. I like the way they turned out, especially like that gray color. I was hesitant on painting that, but then a good friend of mine, she said, I want to see gray on black, and I said, well, all right, but now that it's together, yeah, I think that looks pretty sharp, the gray on black. Could almost go as a moon landing buggy of some sort. But so again, this one did not have the crane on the back. I did add the 3D printed box. Appreciate that. I think I mentioned that earlier or in one of my other videos. Brad Curry, appreciate that. And hope you guys enjoyed this journey. Spent less than a week on this project, but it was pretty easy. Like I said, just taking the one apart. I didn't have to take all three apart. And also this one, I really didn't even take the wheels off. Somebody lied to me and said it was going to be really easy. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'll post it here. Just kidding, brother. But lots of help on this. Lots of people following me on this. So hope you guys enjoyed this trip. And stay tuned for the Big Trapper coming next. And just for a little added bonus, for those of you that are trying to rebuild one of these, and you're gonna be like me and not take the wheels off and just paint the bottom black, you may want to invest in one of these. Comes in real handy and you'll see why.